Good morning. Over this next few days, up to the run up to Christmas Day, I'd like to just share a few thoughts, mainly from Luke chapter 1. I'm going to read a few verses now, where we're actually going to be going with it. Luke chapter 1, verse 5 says, "When Herod was king of Judea, there was a Jewish priest named Zachariah. He was a member of the priestly order of Abijah, and his wife, Elizabeth, was also from the priestly line of Aaron. Zachariah and Elizabeth were righteous in God's eyes, careful to obey all the Lord's commands and regulations. They had no children because Elizabeth was unable to conceive, and they were both very old. One day, Zachariah was serving God in the temple, for his order was on duty that week. As was the custom of the priests, he was chosen by lot to enter the sanctuary of the Lord and burn incense. And while the incense was burning, a great crowd stood outside praying. While Zachariah was in the sanctuary, an angel of the Lord appeared to him, standing at the right side of the incense altar. Zachariah was shaken and overwhelmed with fear when he saw him. But the angel said, "Don't be afraid, Zachariah. God has heard your prayer. Your wife Elizabeth will give birth to a son, and you will name him John." That being, of course, John the Baptist. But just a little thought here as we build up to Christmas. Zachariah, from a priestly family, and gone through some difficult times, gone through some dark times, longed for a family with his wife Elizabeth. And what we find is that he is in a temple. He's serving the Lord. And as he serves the Lord, the angel of the Lord turns up. And the angel of the Lord brings him some good news and speaks of the fact that his prayers are being heard. But you know, there are times sometimes when we think to ourselves, God never speaks to me. I never hear God's voice. And Zachariah, bless him, he wasn't expecting that, as we will see later on as we go through this week. But one of the things that it does say to us is simply this, that when we, like Zachariah, put ourselves in a place where God can speak to us, God will speak to us. Zachariah was serving God. He was in the right place. And then God intervened and spoke to him. And in the busyness of this Christmas period, one of the things we need to do is to put ourselves in a place where God can speak to us. What you mean, go down to the church every day in the hope that an angel will turn up and speak to me? No, I don't mean that. I mean, just get alone with God. Be honest with him. Tell him how you're feeling. But just be alone with him. Open up his word. Start to read some of the Psalms of praise and thanksgiving. And just give God the opportunity to speak to you as we build up to Christmas. Yes, it's busy. But actually, Christmas does start with Christ. And so at this Christmas time, let's be like Zachariah. Let's put ourselves in a place where God can speak to us. Tomorrow, a little more about Zachariah. God bless.